IFRS knowledgeable person can become a entrepreneur. Okay. And secondly, how it assures the job. This is what I am going to discuss. Since I worked in industry for 30 years, 1980 to 2010, interestingly, I have lot many contacts in corporates. Okay. So if you are a CA and finding a difficulty in getting a job, because it does happen, then I would strongly recommend that they should do IFRS. Of course, ICAI has an excellent campus placement, but at the same time, one can always grow faster. One can always find additional opportunities. One can also always go for overseas opportunities. Similarly, there are possibilities that the people who have passed in more than 2-3 attempts, they also find difficulties in getting the job. But IFRS is a sure shot tool. Having said that, there are CAs from C class cities, B class, C class cities. Everybody is not necessarily from metro. As far as I understand, around 40 to 50% people are from metros, but the others are not from metros. So that time, I remember my own career actually. I passed in 1980, and I was from Nasik. So obviously, I did face the issues to make a career, and then finally, I settled in Nasik after being in uh, settled in Mumbai after being in Mumbai, then Surat, then Mumbai, then America, USA, Singapore, Australia, London, and with all those opportunities, then I finally settled back to Mumbai, and now, of course, I'm more into training. But yes, I know what are the pains for a person when he has to achieve something uh, by doing an excellent career. So CAs from C class cities, okay, so they find it difficult that they are unable to practice. The practice scope in cities are smaller cities are very less. If you take Amravati or Jalna, the tax audit jobs are there, but statutory audit, most of them have the head offices in the bigger cities. So again, that's a challenge. Then there are CA inters and unable or not hopeful to complete CAs. In fact, there are thousands of cases like that, and people who attended the IFRS course, completed diploma in IFRS, they could get excellent jobs. Okay, and where are the jobs? I will of course explain you. Now, so here is the agenda. Therefore, become with 2 years experience hunting for growth. Do IFRS. Graduates stagnated in career. I have some people who have crossed 35, 40 and are finding that they are nowhere going ahead. Okay. So having so, then they do face a problem and they can enhance their career, because that is not the time to now, being able to get the help in career by doing CA, etc. You can't have spent 3-4 years. Then there are practicing CAs who are unable to grow. Okay, this I am talking more about above 30, because what happens is that they have enough maturity, and therefore can they learn to start a KPO of their own. I mean, there are many people who have desire to become own entrepreneur, but after doing CA, they don't find the line properly. Some of them find the family business, etc., but others certainly do not. So then, how do we go for it? I will discuss that part also. Having said that, now the Zoom link has been shared, and all those who can join quickly should join in Zoom link, and then later on, then people may have to join via YouTube. I simultaneously request those people who have already joined to start writing the questions into the um chat mode. And if somebody wants to ask the questions now, by on their own, if they want to ask any questions right now, I will touch those also. In the meantime, I am going through the questions. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, good evening. CA Manoj this side.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my query is Ind AS or IFRS both are same thing, na?
Yeah,
Only 5 to 10% difference.
that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
I think, Manoj sir, you are quite well experienced, so I know you know it. Post IFRS, how we can update the knowledge. Nirav, I mean, I keep on holding the updation webinars for my students. Most of them are free. And the second part is how do you update income tax knowledge? You update income tax knowledge by looking into the ready reckoner or reading the budget, all right, or attending some of the study circle meets. Okay. So obviously we hold a study circle meets for the students, and you can update the knowledge. But updation of knowledge, the easiest way is go into the details of various balance sheets. For example, you know, I'm sure all of you know the Division 2 Schedule 3, and in the Division 2 Schedule 3, there are various ratio analysis required. Are you all aware that you require more 11 ratios to be shown? You have done, Somil has done CPA and recently started practice in Dubai. I hope I can get advantage of exploring opportunities. Certainly you can get. In fact, Somil, you have done a wonderful job of completing your CPA also.
Thank you, sir. I have not done CA, but I have decided to opt for CPA.
So that's a good idea. I hope, but IFRS. That is what
Yes,
something.
yes, sir. But in practice, I have to. I mean, I keep on. I have to keep on brushing up on my, the learning and the knowledge of IFRS. Just because, I mean, most of the enterprises here, I mean, they don't follow IFRS or certain in their financials. Being they are not required to report the now. I mean, we are expecting, a corporate tax also to be implemented in 2023 here in UAE, and that's how the importance of all those aspects will definitely come into the picture. So that's how I decided and started my own setup in last quarter of 21. So that's how I just recently started. So I thought to like read all those contents of your seminar on the LinkedIn page, and that's how I decided to join, sir.
Very good, very good.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I would welcome you to join our IFRS trainings also. They are held for 14 Sundays, 10 to 5, online live. And we have students from 31 countries so far, actually.
Wow, sir. Thank you. Sure, sir. I'll look into it.
So we will be sharing that details also, because what we typically do is we give a lot of additional practical information. Okay. So
Sure.
that makes you ready to what people say, ready to cook. We say ready to eat.
Eat.
Okay. Up to that
Sure.
level, we take the people. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So
Thank you so much.
yeah. Now, I think somebody has asked, where are the opportunities for IFRS? You can go overseas. You can go to Big Fours. You can go to KPOs, oblique shared services. Okay. And you can have MNCs to work for. You can join Indian industry. Okay. I always make around 7-8 columns for this Indian industry, and you always have many CA firms apart from Big Four. That is maybe top 20 or top 50 firms they are into IFRS implementation. Now, of course, banking and insurance sector is also coming in full form. Okay. So I deliberately started the meeting a little early so that those who joined early get the advantage of being able to have their questions asked. So, Pooja, am I clear? You asked the question. So I am asking you, are you clear about the answer? These are the various areas you can go for. Which kind of work profile can you get after IFRS? Okay. I'll tell you, it depends upon each case. If you are a consulting mode, then or let's say you are in Big Four, you are doing implementation, advisory, and consulting. And if you are in an industry itself, then you are doing the implementation for your own company. And if you are into a mode of let's say shared services like JP Morgan, WNS, etc., then you have an advantage of doing what? Uh, Getting the assignments from out of India, and those you will be handling it. Okay. So primarily implementation consulting. I mean, I know some of my students, they have become like CFO Bermuda, CFO UK by sitting in India. And this KPO is the amazing thing. I am going to elaborate it more after some time because let the people join. And when we announced this, there were the group was full in 2 days time, and nowadays WhatsApp allows I think 512 or 13 people. That group got full, and I had to again start a second group which is booked at around 139. Of course, our experience is that compared to the people who join who register themselves, the number who actually are able to spare time at the last minute is much lesser. But nevertheless, I am sure that we will have to have lot of knowledge sharing to be done, and therefore any more questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, I'm seeing some messages further. Yeah, can you get a work from home option jobs? Now, there are two ways to look at it, Pooja. Um, I would say it depends. Okay, because I need to know your qualification, your expertise. But broadly speaking, the broad answer, whether you can get the work from home option jobs, answer is yes. Only thing is that, of course, the a person who wants to do work from home obviously has to have, what you say, sufficient expertise that your knowledge is weighed, and of course, he is paid comparatively lesser than who takes work from home, work from office. Mohammed, is IFRS applicable in India? I mean, I will put it straight away that we have Ind AS, which is a converged accounting standard with the IFRS. But at the same time, what happens is the MNCs do IFRS as well as Ind AS, and that number is also fairly high. And the KPOs and shared services who are doing the work for the outside India people, they are also doing IFRS quite a lot. But I mean, you know that in India, how many companies are there? I might start that discussion. I'm just waiting for initial questions because we had given the time of 6:30 for the people. But since I saw that people are already joining, I said, okay, then let me start the discussion. Anybody else? Any other questions? Have I missed any question? Please tell me now. When are you scheduled starting Sunday session? Mukesh, I'll tell you, we have 14 Sundays. Okay. Rolling batch. Okay. That is, you can join on any Sunday and complete 14 lectures. So suppose in one of the lectures, you are studying revenue and lease. In another lecture, you might study asset standard, tangible and intangible. Third standard, you may study smaller standards. Next lecture, you might learn consolidation. Consolidation normally happens in two parts. Then you might learn. So we ensure that those standards are completed on the same day. Sometimes we wrap up at 4:30, sometimes we even extend up to 5:30. Some of the students are here, but we ensure that you are not left with the standard. Barring that, according to us, there is no way you get disturbed from wherever you start. Because whether you do revenue standard first or lease standard first hardly matters. I am sure many of you have given the accounting exam or CA exam. It doesn't make a difference which standard you start with. How can Dinesh Kumar is asking how it can benefit a person who has done CMA Inter become having 10 years experience. See, the point is that today, let us say a CA gets a start of 5 to 7 lakhs. I am talking about a CA who has passed in more than 3 attempts. Whereas a CMA Inter and BCom, of course, starts with a job of around 3 lakhs, 2 to 3 lakhs. Now, what happens is, and I'm being blunt, the gap between CA's salary and CA Inter or CMA Inter salary can be partly made up by diploma in IFRS. Okay, partly made up by diploma in IFRS. It cannot be fully made up. Okay, but certainly, if you get into the career along with IFRS qualification, or you are doing along with the job you are completing IFRS qualification, the number of jobs available go up at least 10 times. At least 10 times. Okay. So obviously, it's a demand supply theory. And apart from that, the fact is that, the outsourced work coming to India, the organizations get paid in dollars. And therefore, the salaries are higher in those KPOs. Okay. So, after all, for a BCom or a person who has staggered or stopped at intermediate, if you want to see where all the person will reach, okay, let us make and with your consent, I will do some mathematics which will be of benefit to you. Let's do mathematics, okay? And tell your friends to join immediately because we have a limited capacity of Zoom. So the others will have to join by YouTube. Okay. So if your friends are yet to join, tell them to join fast. Okay. So let's say, and give me practical answers. Okay. How much CA with more than 3 attempts can draw? We are talking average salary. So I would say INR per annum in lakhs. Okay. I would say he will draw anything between 5 to 7 lakhs. Okay. 5 to 7 lakhs. How much a CMA with more than 3 attempts? So it means that he generally has not got any advantage of the campus placement. I would say he will draw something like 4 to 5. Okay. You can correct me. 4 to 5.5. Okay. Then a CA Inter, how much he will draw? Okay. And who has by and large left the thought of doing CA? I would say he will draw something between 2.5. Sorry, I'll put it here. 2.5 to 3 lakhs. As a start, I'm talking, fresher. CMA Inter, well, this may be in the range of 2 to 2.5. Now let us take these categories with CA plus IFRS. I am sure he will get opportunity 10 times and I'm sure he will fall in the range of 7 to 10. Okay. Or CMA plus IFRS. If you take this, around 6 to 9. Okay. And CA Inter plus IFRS should be, if he's getting 2.5 to 3 lakhs, I'm sure he will be definitely go between 4.5 to 6 lakhs. So you are making up some part of the gap. Can you see that? If this is 5.7, 5 to 7, here you can move 4.5. Maybe I'm a little bit more optimistic, at the most 5.5. Okay. So you are making part of the gap. Because you see, CA is such an unpredictable exam, whereas IFRS exam results are fairly pretty good. Vinay, 5 to 7 lakhs, you are talking about which one? 5 to 7, I am not. Here, CA with 3 attempts. Vinay sir, you had asked. Where as a practicing CA can I get opportunities in IFRS? I will understand. Yeah, Vinay sir, we are talking about CA who could not get into campus placement and has more than 3 attempts. 4 attempts, 5 attempts, 9 attempts. Are you feeling that they get more? I do not know. Some rare case maybe. Okay. Now, practicing CA's opportunities. Practicing CA's opportunities. The biggest opportunity is start your KPO. Start your KPO. And get the jobs, assignments from worldwide. Okay. Now, how to get that? I'm of course going to discuss in detail. Okay. Yes, Mukesh. Diploma in IFRS session will help to prepare for exam, certainly. How? हाँ बोल. बर एक एक्सेल चालू है ना? Okay. Yeah. All right. Now. Right. I'm sorry, the screen was not visible, I believe. So INR per annum in lakhs, I have written the salaries here. CA more than 3 attempts, 5 to 7 lakhs. CMA more than 3 attempts, 4.5 to 5 lakhs or 5.5 lakhs. CA intermediate, 2.5 to 3 lakhs. CMA intermediate, 2 to 2.5 lakhs. CA plus IFRS. CA plus IFRS. I think I'll expand this thing. Column a bit, then you'll get an idea. CMA plus IFRS. Okay, then CA inter plus IFRS. Pawanji, you have any question? Those who don't have question, keep on mute so that their background noise do not create a problem. Okay. Yeah, knowledge process outsourcing.
केस टू केस बेसिस पे भी सोच समझ के बात करो, कोई ग्रुप में माहौल मत खराब करो.
Hello. Be on mute, my dear friends. If you are not asking me a question, be on mute. Anish ji, what is this here? If you are not asking a question, be on mute because we are disturbing others. Please unmute only when you have a question. All right. Okay. Then let me look into the other questions because. Hello, sir. I'm BCom graduated. I have 13 years experience. I'm 33 years old. Which course will help me for further growth? You see, let us have a look at growth. Okay. So, Vedanta, you will see if you join our IFRS classes, there are people from the age of 23 to 58. Even people of 68 have learned it. Okay. What is the other question? How can we update the knowledge? We have discussed. CPA we have discussed. Profiles we have discussed. Work from option. What is the difference between IFRS and US GAAP? US GAAP, that is the US accounting standards, they apply to the US companies. Okay. And IFRS is practically in the rest of the world. Dinesh Kumar, hope your query is solved. How to identify outsourced work? I'll tell you the secrets of doing that. KPO full form, knowledge process outsourcing. Call it shared services, if that is easy. What is the cost of setting up KPO? Ha ha ha. My KPO people work from home, so I don't have office rent. So barring salaries of the people, there is no cost for me. Okay. Sharda ji, are you clear? If you have any more question, please ask. And in fact, we had one person working from Malkapur, which was a village near Amravati, I think. Vedant, we talked about, you see, your best choice is IFRS course. Let us compare various courses which can give you the advantage. Okay. What is the cost of setting up KPO and how to set up KPO? Yeah. How to set up KPO, there is nothing great, but I'm taking the steps. Okay. Right. Any other questions till I start my formal presentation? It's already 6:33. So let's see. Okay.
No signal, HDMI 2. 1. Check that the cable is plugged in and the settings of the source device are correct. 2.
All right.
Press the source button below to select a connected source.
So now we are formally starting. Thank you for the response. And let me go to my presentation. And please ask the queries whenever you want to ask. So my name is Ram Mohan Bhave, and this is my WhatsApp number. For any query, please call or WhatsApp me. And today also put in the chat mode. I am a chartered accountant of 1980, cost accountant of 1984, and company secretary of 1987. I did my career in 7 companies, and I worked. My last job was in Mittal Group in London as a chief finance director of Europe, where I learned IFRS because IFRS came in 2005 and many companies got covered in European Union from 2007 to 10. Prior to that, I worked with Mukesh Ambani in the Reliance Group. And prior to that, I worked in USA, Singapore, and Australia in a company owned by Chanderias, a software company, okay, called Foundation Software. I was the global finance director there. Prior to that, I was the CFO of Blue Star, and prior to that, I worked with Crompton Greaves. Okay, having done my CA in a city like Nasik, obviously, after 10 years or 5 to 7 years itself, I started realizing that I need to grow and I need to come to Mumbai, and then I realized that I need to, of course, further go up into the uncharted territories. So very rarely any CFO has become in 1999 itself, okay, from India, but that we could achieve. What am I discussing today? It is already written in the agenda. Are you a CA and not getting job? I am sure if you do IFRS and take our placement assistance, you will achieve that. Many times you are a CA from a C class city, because in India, 100 cities are big and another 4,000 cities are small. Okay. So therefore, what happens is that when you have that many small, 400 cities are small, and we have students from 31 countries and 131 cities. Okay. Then there are many CAs, like in India, there are 3.5 lakh CAs. You are aware of it. But there are 10 lakhs people who started CA but never completed. Never completed. Okay. So if you're not hopeful of completing CA, you can make up some gap by doing IFRS. Then eligibility, of course, is BCom with 2 years experience, and hence you need to, if you're hunting for a growth, do IFRS and take our placement test. You're a graduate but stagnated in career, do IFRS. Okay. Let me go to the next slide. What are practicing chartered accountant can do? Nowadays, they are also not able to go because income tax is mechanized and GST is mechanized and tax audit is reducing. So new avenues are required. So I suggest that you learn to start a KPO. Okay. Then there are practicing CAs from C class cities. They don't know what to do because in the smaller cities, there are hardly any opportunities. Learn to how to start KPO. KPO means shared service in simple language. In simple language. I would give you one statistics which should help you. Statistics says that the software engineers, right? Software engineers have made their name in the world. Indian software engineers are famous everywhere. How much software job Indians are doing in India and outside India? How much? Let me give you a percentage. 78% of the software work is done by Indians in India or outside India. Then, now that IFRS and converged Ind AS is adopted by almost every country, okay, the accounting has become common. When I passed CA, we used to say, I know only Indian accounting standard. Now we know all the world over accounting standards. Okay. Now that I know world over accounting standard, can I not do as fast as possible my services as an accountant to the world? And more than accountant, I will call it preparation of financial statements. Remember, you're doing financial reporting. What is financial reporting? Preparation of balance sheet, P&L, and which are the areas where the expertise lacks? Consolidation. How many of you are good at consolidation? If you raise the hands up, I will ask you 5 questions on consolidation. If you can answer them, then I would say yes, you are already getting groomed for IFRS. If not, do the course in depth. Okay. Right. So today, are you aware that Deloitte has something called US offices? Okay. Or PwC has what is known as SDC. Or KPMG also has outsourcing hub. And E&Y also has. I saw RSM also having. So all the companies are started KPO, and there is a huge employment. Then you look into JP Morgan, then you look into Colgate BPO, you look into Jacobs India, you look into WNS, SunGuard, Genpact, all over India. The world's accounting is coming to India. India is becoming world's accounting hub. And today, around 27% of the world's accounting is done in India. Why? Because Indian rupee is weak. Let's be clear, Indian rupee is weak. What happens? I worked in America. A BCom there or a grad draws $40,000 per annum. Okay. What is $40,000? By today's rate, you can say 30 lakhs. And how much a grad in India gets? Mushkil say 3 lakhs. Okay. So 10%. Then CPA in America gets how much? $100,000. That is 78 lakhs. How much a CA in India gets? Even if he is the best rank holder, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. That is where people find that now the accounting standards are same, and also that you have many opportunities coming up. Many opportunities coming up because the accounting work is turned to India. This 27% will go to similar 78% or even more. India will be accountants of the world. And that trend is quite visible. Today, if you go for the jobs availability, I'll mention here. Okay. Let me go to the Excel which I have created. Okay. Overseas. Okay. Then let me say Big Four. Then let me say KPO oblique shared services. Then MNCs. Then Indian industry. Okay. Nowadays, I'm spending all my time in mentoring the people and training the people. Okay. Then we come to BFSI. Then small or SME firms. SME firms. Okay. I mean, when I say Big Four, maybe I can include top 10 also. Right. Now, if you see here, accounting jobs, auditing jobs, direct tax jobs, indirect tax jobs, or let me combine it, taxation. Okay. And let's be put commercial. Okay. And you say core finance. Core finance goes to only mostly MBAs. Okay. So the pure accountants generally stop here. So I would put others as core finance, M&A, valuation, those are separate things. Now, if you see out of the 100 jobs available in totality, okay, the accounting and auditing jobs are 50 and 30%, 50 and 25%. Okay, taxation are around 10, commercial are around 10 and 5. Am I clear? Take the total and you will get 100. Then within that, if you see the jobs available here, the majority jobs, I would say 30, not 30, 15 out of 30 are here. 15 out of 30 are here, and this line is growing. Around 5 are here. Around 5 are here. And if I may put here around 5, and then overseas 5. Right now, I'm not putting accounting in banking much. Okay, you can allot something. Same thing with audit. Big Fours are fully into audits. So I'll put 15 here. And then maybe around 10 here or 7, 8 here. And then the remaining we can put here. And then if you go to taxation, this is how MNC and industries are coming into picture. I would say 2 here and 3 here. Because most of the job is outsourced. Okay. Then commercial, you can give some reasonable allocation. Again, in the industry, 5 and 3. That's enough. Okay. or 5 and 5. And then the others, they can be anywhere. They can be here 1, 1, 1, or maybe 2, 2. Okay. So now if you total up the jobs here, okay, if these 2 jobs require IFRS as a skill, because if you're going for audit, then you need to know IFRS and Ind AS. Okay. And if you're doing the audit, like take for example, Marsh. Marsh is a company. I mean, I can talk to you many. Let me see out of my memory how many I can write down the names of the companies. I'm writing down the names of the KPOs. And if I start writing this list, I may be able to spend the full time of this lecture here. All right. Huge list. My colleague will show you that list. And you will be amazed to find that BFSI is banking, financial services, and insurance. Yes. Andhar Vishal has asked that question. Without certificate, can you get an assignment? Yes, certainly. You can get assignments. See, how to get assignments? Partly it is a marketing skill, networking skill. Do you need a certification? That makes your biodata strong. And if you want to get the work without certification, can you answer any of these questions? So let me ask some of the questions, and I will request my current IFRS student not to reply them. Explain consolidation procedure. Yes, anybody who is not my student, can you explain in 10 sentences? Anybody would like to answer?
Yes, sir. I would
Go
like
ahead.
to answer.
Go ahead.
Sir, consolidation includes the inclusion of balance sheet of subsidiaries, then profit of associate and profit of joint venture. In all, we club the balance sheet of subsidiary. We join it with the standalone. In case of associate, we take the profit of associate. In case of joint venture, depending upon what type of joint venture, we consider it and we include in the standalone balance sheet, and then we prepare the consolidated balance sheet. Under that, we include in the profit and loss account profit or loss from joint venture and associate, and in the profit or loss statement, all the subsidiaries revenue line by line item is being included and accordingly presented along with the standalone.
Very good. Very good. Now, tell me what is other comprehensive income?
Sir, other comprehensive income basically includes the depending upon the business model of the company, it includes the unrealized profit or loss from all the investments, whether it is quoted or unquoted. It also includes gratuity valuation and leave encashment valuation. And it also includes whether OCI, whether it is reclassified to PL or whether it is not reclassified to PL or not. It basically OCI is generally, if we talk practically, all the companies like big listed companies, they generally include unrealized gain or loss from investments and the gratuity part of it and the income tax expense on it, including the deferred tax.
Okay. Let us put it this way. You are saying gratuity part. Okay. Then what else?
Sir, unrealized gain or loss from investment.
Unrealized gain or loss on investment. So if investment means investment where?
Investment in the it includes investment in group companies also, investment in market also depending what is the business model of the company. If the business model of the company is to held for maturity, not to held for trade, means they want for long term basis, then we have to include it under OCI. The unrealized portion of the investment is included under OCI, sir.
Investment in what? Because the group companies get knocked off in a consolidation. So that answer is not correct. But other than that, unrealized gains and loss on investment in what? Can I say investment in gold?
In equity shares?
Equity shares.
1 minute, 1 minute.
In equity listed shares?
1 minute, 1 minute. Let Singhvi answer. Equity. Then let Singhvi answer. Akshat Singhvi, you are answering, right? So you told me 1 item, 2 items. You have to tell me 8 items.
Sir, foreign exchange gain or loss.
Okay. Forex gain or loss.
Then income tax, deferred tax.
That is on the above items. Okay. So that's a separated.
Yes, sir.
Tax on above. Then you have to reach 8 as a figure here.
Yes, sir. Then sometimes company also include realized portion on equity if they are not reclassified to profit and loss account.
Okay, you are saying that equity realized as well as unrealized.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Realized and unrealized. Then so I appreciate your preparation. This is fairly good. Of course, once you really are you diploma IFRS already, I do not know. But if you can understand all 8 items by heart and can explain them well, then it is great. Plus intercompany transaction are needed to be mentioned. All right. Now let me, how much preparation one should have? Because somebody asked that without certification, can I do consultancy jobs? Certainly, yes. Okay. So then I would ask a question to anybody other than Singhvi, because he has already replied very well. Other than Singhvi, I will ask a question, that is, what are the stock options? What is meant by stock options and what is its treatment? And my students, please do not answer. Yes, anybody else? Okay. So coming back, if anybody can answer, answer it. But these jobs, these 50 plus 20 jobs, you have to have the accounting treatments practically by heart, not only by heart, but even conceptual clarity. Okay. The conceptual clarity. Now, if we are talking about conceptual clarity on the IFRS and Ind AS fundas, then one has to go by quite a lot of in-depth knowledge. And that will make you strong. That will make you strong. Recently, one of my students got a job at 9 lakhs because of IFRS. And people have been getting. One more student from Bangalore got a job at 14 lakhs. So obviously, one will have to be very well prepared. I mean, whether it is borrowing cost capitalization or whether it is any nature of the shares. In fact, other day we were discussing what is the difference between ordinary shares and equity shares. Anybody would like to say? Ordinary shares versus equity shares. You should know that much in depth. Okay. Earning per share, what is the formula? Anybody?
Profit after taxes divided by number of shares.
One minute, let him reply. Malhotra ji, please reply. One by one.
PAT divided by paid up capital. Number of shares.
Paid up capital or number of shares?
1
minute, let Malhotra reply.
Number of shares multiply by the face value of the company.
Number of shares into
Multiply by
face value.
face value of the company.
All right. How many of you feel this answer is right?
No, sir, it is not correct.
Okay. So this is the wrong answer. Now, who is somebody give correct answer? What's your name?
Profit after tax divided by number of shares.
PAT after number of shares. Okay. Is this
PAT.
answer perfect?
No, sir.
No,
No.
sir. Earnings available for equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares.
Earnings available to equity shareholders. To equity shareholders divided by
Number of equity shares.
number of equity shares. Okay. Now, is this 100% correct?
No, sir.
Ek minute. Who is saying no, sir?
Me myself, Akshat Singh.
Akshat. Yes, Akshat. Tell me.
Sir, basically, practically, the profit which is available to equity shareholder after distribution to share divided by weighted average number of.
So you are saying earning less dividend divided by number weighted average number.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm
It's
asking
not
others.
every time you have to calculate average number of shares. If during the year the number of equity shares are same, then it has to be number of equity shares.
No, that is
Yeah.
okay. That is
Yeah.
okay. But you cannot
The
presume they will be same. So the numerator told by Ria is correct and denominator told by Akshat is correct. Okay. Because earning less dividend is not the correct answer. You have to take full earnings, whether distributed or not. So now you are realizing that having this knowledge in depth is a must if you are going to have the KPO. Because how will you guide? And then if you are going to get the job of IFRS expert, you must know the answers to all these questions 100% with different varieties. For example, do you know what is perpetual equity shares? Have you heard that? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Perpetual equity shares. Please explain, anybody knowing it.
Perpetual equity means,
Okay. So I can understand we will not know this, but then we should have studied Tata Motor or Tata Power balance sheets also. So in the training which we impart, we also teach even such kind of things. Okay. Let's go back to the treatment of stock options in EPS. Anybody? Treatment of stock option in EPS. Correct. So not a problem. Okay.
You know, in case of stock option, there is a exercise price at which you have to give stock options to your employees. And the difference between the exercise price and the market price of the equity shares, that has to be adjusted in EPS.
Okay. Now this you are talking about vested options or unvested options?
I am talking about listed options.
Listed name, vested or unvested?
Vested or unvested?
Yeah. You know what is vested versus unvested?
No, sir, I didn't know that.
No, not a problem. Today we are not taking IFRS lecture. But then let me ask you one thing. Gammon India is constructing, I'm giving an idea what you need to know, means what is meant by knowing IFRS. Constructing express highway Mumbai to Nasik. Okay. It is 187 kilometers. Okay. And the price is 1 crore per kilometer. So total price 187 kilometers. 187 crores. Okay, total price. Are you clear? Now on the billing side, you have to bill only when 50 kilometers are completed, 100 are completed, 150 are completed, and 187 are completed. On March 2005, and it's the actual story, 2005, 77 kilometers were completed. Can you tell me what should be done? And these 50 were completed on 7th November. Now, what is the entry you will pass? How much revenue you will book? And let's say there was another 20 kilometer work which was incomplete, not completed work, but partly done. Any idea? What should be my revenue and what should be my any other entries? All right. So we are not sitting here to give IFRS training. Obviously, IFRS training doesn't happen in a day or so. Okay. So you have to learn all these things which are far, far more simple than anybody else, because if you are comparing the various courses, okay, what are the courses available to a person who is from finance, accounting, etc. background? You do either CA or CMA, CA or CMA or CS, otherwise do MBA finance, or else go for CPA, or do ACCA, or do what? CIMA. Anything else? CFA.
CFA.
CFP. Anything else? Actuary. Correct. Anything else? Now the
CA with IFRS degree.
sorry.
CA with IFRS degree.
That is okay.
Sir,
That is okay.
FRM,
Hey, suppose your first degree beyond graduation is any of this. What are the pros and cons? Here, the advantage is great demand, but the disadvantage is no guarantee of passing. Some people are still fighting at the age of 50. And secondly, 4 to 5 precious years of life you give a big cost. Then if you are doing CMA, great knowledge, but less brand. Okay. CS, great knowledge, but restricted focus, like laws. And MBA finance, getting entry in A class colleges, top 10 colleges, is impossible for majority of us. And remaining MBA finance have no value. CPA in India, limited demand, and in USA, no demand. All the people whom I know who went to USA, they finally did MBA finance. ACCA now growing. Okay. CIMA useful when you are 40 plus and maybe a CFO or deputy CFO. CFA, very tough result. Okay. CFP, moderate result, but restricted scope. Actuary, very tough. You have to do 12, 13 papers. But whichever degree you arrive at, or even if you are just a BCom, the best combination with any of these degrees or half degrees, even inter, or even here inter, you end up in having IFRS as a coupled qualification. Okay. added qualification. What is the advantage? Just one paper. Okay. Result is predictable. And if you study for, let's say, 2-3 months, that's enough. Easiest global degree, easiest global qualification, I would say, not degree, global qualification. Huge employment opportunities. Yeah. So from that angle, it is one of the master stroke if somebody does a.
Sir, what about Ind AS, sir?
Ind AS is nothing but a copy of IFRS.
With certain carve outs.
Yeah, they are very negligible.
Yes, sir. So if we go with Ind AS, sir.
Ind AS, where is the course? I mean, where is the exam?
By ICAI.
I have done that, but I mean, I have interviewed many people who have done Ind AS exam of ICAI. None of them were able to answer the questions which I'm showing you. So one has to start a very practical course. Okay. How many balance sheets you read actually, or how many balance sheets and industry sectors are referred in the Ind AS course, that will decide how good the course is. And I do employ in my own company various IFRS and Ind AS people, but I have not found out anybody who has not done in-depth IFRS course. I don't think the skills are getting well tested, to be honest. There may be an exception, one odd exception, but generally the exam is not. Or is there an age limit, Vinayji? No limit. We have Marathe sir from Dombivli, a practicing cost accountant, passed at 63. And we had Anil Mangal Vedekar at 59, and he's the GM internal audit of Mahindra Group, M&M. He has done IFRS with us. I have minimum 20 cases who are above 50. So no age limit. How do you get the source of income? I mean, at your age, you should start a KPO. You should start a KPO because you have a great maturity level now. Okay. So whenever we talk about, and why I'm insisting that this is a good, because the 21% of the accounts are done in India, and that will move to at least 75%. Huge demand is coming. Plus, what happens, whether the work is coming from Dubai or Europe or anywhere, all the work, these KPOs get paid in dollars. So the salaries are high. I mean, you will surprise what salaries you get in industry by a huge tension work. You get much more in KPOs by having a much work-life balance work. Okay, I'm surprised actually. So, but yes, they have excellent knowledge of IFRS. Okay, and I've seen this because I give trainings to JP Morgan. Recently, I taught Apex FS. Dimple will show you the list of the organizations we have trained. We have trained Sharp&Tannen, we have trained GD Apte, we have trained Akshay Alloys, we have trained Sharon, we have trained. Okay. Deciding to do Ind AS. I mean, I don't see any point in doing Ind AS. Okay, because that will not give you the expertise. You have a look at the Diploma IFRS paper. How much practically oriented it is. There's a lot of difference. Okay. I don't see any point in doing Ind AS because Diploma in IFRS has a huge value. Okay. And if you have a career break, Pooja, well, that is what I had written in my slides, that career break means you have a best opportunity again. All right. Okay, let me come back here, and therefore I'm discussing a lot of things here. Right. So you are a CA or CMA and want to do practice, complementary practice, additional, do IFRS and start KPO. Are you qualified but stuck at home affairs? Many CA inter girls go on a break. Start KPO. Bring world's accounting to India. Then here is the details of how to set up KPO or shared services. Okay. Be a practical expert of IFRS. Set up the operation preferably in non-metros because salaries in those places are lower. The BComs you will appoint will be, I mean, like Nasik, you will get a BCom in 8 to 10,000. Then setup requires softwares, Tally, Excel, QuickBook, Peachtree, depending upon the country, MYOB. Then take trial runs during training itself with, for example, you must know Hindustan Lever balance sheet. You must know Bombay Dyeing balance sheet. You must know Reliance balance sheet. You must know Infosys balance sheet, Wipro balance sheet. Okay. Now the question is that today, let us say you want to find out that which company has excellent stock option disclosures, because you want to study from that and do a presentation of similar kind. Have you gone through those balance sheet, which is what we do it in our course. In fact, there are 13 unique factors which Dimple will show you. Then of course you have to get the customers. How do you get customers? Simple. Every month you must add minimum 300 connections on LinkedIn and ensure that they are from finance field, preferably CFOs. I have 86,000 LinkedIn connections and they are in practically all countries. Then always excellence mode. Don't say chalta hai attitude. Secret of success is excellence. Cross sell and upsell. If you are selling IFRS, you also sell fixed asset tagging. You also sell valuation. You also sell ESOP schemes framing. Okay. One of the company I know, they are doing internal audit of all telecom companies in the world. Then you should have latest version of the software. Train your staff every day 1 hour. Have a discussion with them and create a huge network. Then your words have to be very polished. Whenever you are not understood, you can't say every time I am not understood. The nice way of putting is telling that person very humbly, okay, let me check whether I have understood you correctly, and state in a very precise words. Then he might say, yes, you are right, accept this. Most of the time your scope gets expands. I have that experience. We did the accounts of some Saudi Arabia company. Later on, we got Lazard Bank additionally. We have done Lazard Bank accounts implementation in IFRS. You should have flawless execution. What is flawless execution? I am giving you 1 minute and you write in the chat mode. You write in the chat mode quickly the spelling of the word deferred tax. One who writes first, and it should be addressed to me only, not visible to others. Go in the chat mode and write the spelling of deferred tax. Quick, quick, quick. If you're taking time, then you're late. Then you're Googling. Yeah. Out of 7, 2 people were wrong. Others were correct. Okay. Right. Let me put the next question. Ancillary. Write the spelling of the word ancillary. Ancillary. Deferred tax, stop. Okay, good. So your spelling mistakes are very seriously counted. And we find that many of the practicing CAs are not very keen on that. Then you should have proactive calls. Don't treat that the work is over. Like the big fours, they compare every time comma and dot. Sanity checks. Can you have the US taxation, Mohit? the best way is to do CPA. Otherwise, working on the job is better. Okay. Join some firm which gives you the work. Spelling error should be 0. You must join the online meets in time, or rather in advance. Never go with an apologetic face saying, oh, sorry, I was late. You know what happened? Reasons don't matter in the global levels. You know, we in India, we say, okay, mera truck, taxi late aaya, barish hua, all that are nonsense. Then do not give reasons. If you have some oversight, say correcting right now. Then whichever assignments you get, keep competitors' information. And then always talk in millions and billions, not in crores and lakhs. Okay. What is the long form of EA? Somebody has written about EA. Okay. Then be serious in discussion. Don't take smallest point lightly. No problem, even if your furnitures are not numbered, don't say that. I want every fixed asset numbered and tagged. I am not aware of enrolled agent. Okay. Do not become formal during the meet, but do not become informal also. Be with a respect. Own the responsibilities. Some people, I know one of my chartered accountant files my income tax return. Whenever she goes wrong, and I point out, she says, my juniors have done the wrong job. I said, first class. Don't you own the responsibility? Then, fault finding ability should be there. Don't say this is wrong, but have a quick review and ensure that you are able to correct the things in time. And don't contradict on the spot. Ask for time and create logical supportings. For example, yesterday I was going through you know what is DVR? Anybody quick? DVR. What is DVR? Hello? What is DVR? Quick. No?
Differential voting rights.
Perfect. Somil, differential voting rights. Now, do you know the names of companies who have issued DVRs?
I know a couple of in India, like Tata Motors have got DVR. Then I think Jain Irrigation is also having a DVR. And earlier I know one company, I forget the name, but there was one more company I was when in Indian markets, they have got DVRs.
Very good. Your two top names are correct. Now, a company having DVR, will it show 1 EPS or 2 EPS?
2 EPS.
Okay. Why 2?
For different class, different EPS will be shown.
How is the class determined?
On the basis of face value, or on the basis of the terms or agreements.
You're missing one thing. You have to check into the right. Tata Motors case, the two classes of shares are there.
Yeah, one have got a voting right and the other one is not having a vote.
Other one has 1 voting right and the first one has 10 voting rights.
Yes,
And
sir.
secondly,
1 divided by 10.
one particular class of asset, class of equity, they always will get 5% more dividend than the other class. Whatever dividend declare, they will get 5% more. Okay. So rights determine that. All concepts have to be very strong. Okay. So whether it is the agriculture or biological assets, can you tell me names of the two companies who have agriculture asset in their balance sheet? Quick.
Sir, Amul.
Very good. But is Amul following Ind AS? Amul is a society. Okay. Then you should have a hands-on working experience on each standard. And we therefore deliberately get it done in our class. Then read the balance sheets, real balance sheets, than illustrative. Don't say P Limited has so much assets. Say I have opened Reliance balance sheet and this is the reason. Then twisted situation. Are we aware in how many accounting policy choices are there? Anybody? How many accounting policy choices are there? Can you tell me? Give me some examples of accounting policy choices under IFRS Ind AS. Anybody? Yes.
Valuation of investment on cost basis and revaluation model.
Investment in what?
Cost model or valuation model, revaluation model.
Investment in what?
Investment in investment in assets,
Which asset?
plant, property,
Okay.
plant and equipment,
Property, plant, equipment, you are saying cost model or
revaluation model.
revaluation model. Correct. That is one accounting policy choice. Then you have to give me minimum 10. Depreciation method, no. No more in IFRS.
Depreciation. Oh, sorry.
Yes, anybody else? Valuation of inventory, correct. Inventory valuation. FIFO or weighted average. Or what? Tell me, or what?
LIFO.
LIFO is not allowed under IFRS and Ind AS. Retail price or standard price. Then next. All right. So when you do the IFRS course, you must learn all these things. Otherwise, your knowledge is incomplete. Okay. Let me go back to my slides. Okay. Then overseas stock exchanges. Study some balance sheet. Yesterday, I studied the balance sheet of Rio Tinto, a diamond company from London. Then every sector you must know some of the balance sheet. Chemical, pharmaceutical, hardware, software, IT, textile, chemical, engineering, electrical engineering, telecom, art company, distribution company, film company, airlines, name it. Then whenever you take a training from anybody, including us, do maximum interaction. The lower you talk, the lower you gain. I mean, in fact, I have my friend Nirav here. He asks so many questions, which makes the class very live. Then you must know all the accounting policy choice. Not only that, you should be able to tell, let's say property, plant, equipment. You can use cost or revaluation model. You should be able to tell what are the advantages of choosing cost model and what are the disadvantages and what are the advantages and disadvantages of revaluation model from the company's angle. Then only you can be a good advisor to them or you can be a good employee to them. Work never gets completed. If something is completed, plan for next year. Meticulous for dots and commas. That is where you get fed up in Big Four. Create checklists, create SOPs, create videos of handover. No technical aspect of the product, process, services. We have implemented Ola cabs in days. In fact, we did IFRS also for them. And the nature of the business was so interesting that many places we had to learn. Then B2B, B2C, D2T, P2P. So therefore, as far as knowledge is concerned, be always dissatisfied. Say, I need to learn more. Have your policies. If you are starting a KPO, have policies, have procedures, have confidentiality plans, correct English and grammar, protocols and commitment. Right. So I have completed my presentation. Now I hand over to Dimple to explain our course. Simultaneously, you can ask the questions. Yes, over to you, Dimple. Dimple, you are on mute.
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing this screen.
Yeah, sure. How to get the work for KPO? I said, increase your network. That is the first part. And then apart from that, ensure that you have touch with, have you declared your KPO? Have you started your website? And accept any smallest job also in the beginning. Yes, Dimple, you can go ahead.
Okay, so sir, I have mostly told you about IFRS course, like how it is, what exactly IFRS is. So IFRS is basically International Financial Reporting Standard. So those who are new and don't know about IFRS, like some interns are there in this meeting. So IFRS is a set of accounting standards which shows you, which tells you how, like how entries should be there into your financial sheets, and in the company how financial companies give you, like how there are there are some standards which are set by International Accounting Standards Boards. So we follow all those rules which reduce our cost, like which reduce our cost and improves customer satisfaction and even confidence, so that they invest into your company.
Go in a
And
presentation mode, Dimple.
sorry?
Go in a presentation mode.
Okay.
This is slide mode.
Okay, just a second.
Press F5.
I will tell you something, Dimple.
Yes, sir.
You take the arrow down. Ekdam down. Aur niche. And go to the right. Can you see the wording 76% at the bottom? 76%.
No, sir.
हाँ 80 करेक्ट. ये जो 70 है ना, उसका लेफ्ट में जो है ना बॉक्स, क्लिक देयर. हाँ बस क्लिक देयर. हाँ करेक्ट. That's right. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have already told you, like IFRS is a set of reporting standards which governs how transaction and event should be reported in financial statements, and it is being developed and being maintained by International Accounting Standards Board, and it is mostly prepared by small firms, big fours, KPOs, banks, and government agency, so that customer can trust them and they can invest into their companies. Because for example, if you are having a company, so for example there is Access Bank, so they are having standard some accounts, so they have to maintain those accounts and they have to follow those standards which is set by International Accounting Standards Boards. Because what happened when we follow certain steps, so it is convenient for all companies to follow those. Otherwise what will happen, for example, if I am a company and I don't know how to make, like where to put those standards and how to follow the rules, then I'll be in trouble. Like I'll again and again get confusion to step, like to keep a track on the recordings. For example, we have some sheets, there are many clients, so we have to maintain all those standards into that. Okay, next please.
I have a query.
Yes, please.
Shall we discuss it later?
No, you can ask me now as well.
Actually, as I have already narrated that being a chartered accountant and I left the job, now I'm planning to go into such course like IFRS, Ind AS, and maximum Indian companies are preparing the balance sheets based on Ind AS. So could you please guide, as sir has already narrated, more or less IFRS and Ind AS are more or less are same, but there are certain carve-outs in Ind AS. So if we do IFRS, so will it be fine if we go for consultancy, or whether we should go for Ind AS, as sir has already narrated that there are nobody who can answer the Ind AS questions.
Okay, so
if you are doing our course, you will be taught IFRS plus Ind AS.
Okay, sir, I'm
Yeah.
little bit confused. Means how should I channelize my career, because I've already left the job. So how could I should plan for that?
Actually, there are two kind of courses in industry. One is Ind AS and second is IFRS. But IFRS, like Ind AS is a subset of IFRS. If you will learn IFRS, then most of the standards of Ind AS will be covered in IFRS. So if you are
One minute,
searching,
Dimple.
yes,
Dimple,
sir.
his question is a little different. You have left the job. Now, we are not going into the details why you left, etc. We are talking about what is your further career path. If
Yes,
you have
sir.
decided to get into consulting and advisory,
Yes,
two
sir.
things you should do is you should prepare yourself very well on IFRS and start the KPO, and also start consulting, advisory and implementation of both IFRS and Ind AS. And don't get worried too much about the carve outs. In about the carve outs which are there, to be frank with you, 99% of the companies, there are no requirement of knowing carve outs. Okay. So the carve outs are required in 1% of the situation.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me whether IFRS will give me full life money, will it be my full potential? Yes and no. Yes, because if you get a lot of clients, then you can use that fully. Otherwise, you can do IFRS plus other practices.
But we belong to non-metro cities. But I am from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So will
That
it
is okay,
be?
na? When you start KPO, you have an advantage, because KPO, if I have to take a BCom at 20,000, I'm not getting a BCom in Mumbai, a good BCom. Whereas in Raipur, you will get it. So your cost structure is very much down. You should
Okay.
immediately ensure that Dubai, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Canada, and Saudi Arabia and Nigeria, you should create minimum 3,000 LinkedIn connections and start quoting them for IFRS if you know IFRS.
That we will get knowledge from you, sir.
So then you can join the course which she is explaining. Continue, Dimple.
Okay, so now about eligibility, who is eligible for this course? So eligibility is BCom plus 2 years. If you are BCom and having 2 years in any finance field, then you are eligible for this course. But nowadays what happens, some students directly do CA after 12. So if you are member of ICA and you have completed your CA, like then you will do, obviously you will do articleship of 3 years. So articleship will be calculated. So after doing CA, you will be eligible for this course. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear anyone.
Malhotraji, keep on mute if you are not asking query. Continue, Dimple.
Okay. So if you are not BCom plus 2 years, and if you are not member of ICA as well, then if you are any other finance students having 3 years of experience, you can do this course. Okay.
You can go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. After BCom, do you need any certificate or all in that for this?
Yeah, actually your qualification certificate will be required, and there are few documents which will be required at the time of ACCA registration. So I'll explain those in the process of IFRS joining. So I'll explain in that. Okay. So why IFRS is required in our company? Why they use IFRS? So because mostly it improves quality of reporting and transparency. So even with customers who invest in your company will get transparency, how it is generated, which kind of process is being followed. And it reduces accounting complexity as well, because when we have set of process, we follow certain process, then it reduce cost of trainings also on some certain things. Okay, then as you know, it is a process and it is a set of accounting standards which we will have to follow. Then it also reduce cost of effectiveness, as I've told you. It reduce training cost and all, and it increase customers confidence also, as I've told you. Then why diploma in IFRS? There are two kind of course. One is certificate course and second is diploma in IFRS course. So first of all, it is a short-term course, like others are long-term courses like CA, CMA and everything. Okay, so it's a course of 3 months only. Like if you are choosing only online live recorded sessions, then it will choose like 14 Sundays only. And if you choose online live plus pre-recorded, then pre-recorded sessions you will get for one term and two terms as well. So in case if you don't clear one term, then you will get access of two term also, which will like the course will complete in 3 months only if you refer one time or even do revise. Okay, so IFRS is in high demand in the market. So as sir have explained lots of benefits of this, you might have an idea like how it is demanding into market. And second, open doors to global opportunity. As you know, IFRS is a international financial reporting standards which is applicable in lots of countries like USA, Dubai. So they also give you lots of opportunities. Even in India, if you are doing IFRS, there are lots of MNCs, banks who provide this kind of opportunities. Even the KPOs about which sir have explained you. And it also gives more value to your existing degree with added knowledge and responsibility. For example, if you are CA right now, as you all are, so it will definitely give you degree and you can do anything else apart from your degree. Like for example, if you are CA and there is you are doing job and you are having certain like you don't know IFRS, then you will like they'll hire some person BCom plus IFRS who is having knowledge of IFRS. But if you are also having knowledge of IFRS, then you can grab those opportunities and you can work with those companies as well, with your current as well, and you can check other opportunities in other companies also. Like as we are also providing placement assistance, so in that also we can add you. We have alumni across all over globe from 31 countries and 132 cities. So what they do, they keep posting job opportunities and work opportunities like some projects and all. Hello, someone is saying something, Ovi? Are you saying something or okay? So like there are lots of opportunities also with your existing degree and added knowledge. So even for example, what happened like few days back, there was a person who was like went to interview and then they asked some like before they were offered some 8 lakhs only, but then the interviewer got to know he's having idea of IFRS and all. So the package was was increased to 16 lakh. Like sir might be knowing there are 2-3 students in Lina and all. So now what is the scope? Like for example, if you have done IFRS, and what next? You can be a finance consulting. So then you can create a KPOs and you can grab projects and reporting kind of like freelancing work as well. And second, you can teach IFRS courses also, like sir is doing. He's doing implementations also, giving business strategies also, as you also can give strategies and all into big companies, big 4 companies, banks and all. Like sir is giving training to banks, KPOs, government organization. You also can be a IFRS trainer. You can be financial analyst. Then you can be CA. You can give like auditing and all. It will be helpful in that. Okay, next. So what is the process of joining IFRS course? Actually, we provide 2 kind of courses. One is online live plus pre-recorded, which will be applicable for 2 terms in case you don't clear first term, and it will be of 14 Sundays. Timing will be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you want, if you miss any 1 or 2 lectures, then you can refer your pre-recorded lectures, which will be with online live plus pre-recorded, and which will be accessible till 2 terms. Okay, and then if you feel like you don't have time for Sundays, you cannot spend extra time, then you can take only pre-recorded lectures, which you can access anytime, anywhere, from mobile, from laptop, from any tablet, anything, gadget. Okay, so as I have told you, pre-recorded lectures will be of 150 hours, and which you can access anytime, anywhere, and there is no time limit, and no like you can access one time or 2 time only. It's unlimited view, so you can view anytime and anywhere, and unlimited views. Okay, and then what happened after getting the training, you will have to register with SACA. There are 2 kind of SACA fees. One will be registration fees. So it is basically, for now it is 9,000, 10,000 if you will directly pay through SACA website. But as you will be our student, and as we are licensed by IFRS Foundation, then it will cost you only 3,000 nearby 3,000 rupees, which is SACA registration, only for registration. And then you will have to choose a center, and you will have to book this seat, and for exam fees it will be 12,000 nearby. Okay, I'm saying nearby because it's in GBP, so price gets fluctuate. An exam will be of 100 marks based on practical examples, and it will be mostly based on case studies. It will be of 25 kind of, and then you will have to just clear the exam, and passing marks will be 60%, 60 marks, sorry. Okay, so what is the option if Sunday is working and want to attend online live? So if there is 1 or 2 lectures, we can arrange, and in case if you are having any query or any, sir, you can directly call sir for certain topics. He will explain you. You can write your queries on our WhatsApp group, in which you will be added after making the payment and enrolling for the course. So you can keep your queries over there as well. Or if you are finding difficult to read from your phone and all, you can directly call or message sir. And also if it will be still difficult for you, sir will again explain you those topics on Zoom meet as well. And if you are in Mumbai, then sir can meet you personally and can discuss further. Okay, Mr. Vivek, hope you are clear right now. Okay, so why mentoring finance? Why we are I'm from mentoring finance, then why you should choose us only? There are many other institute as well, but our course is customized. If your company is giving any wants to give training on IFRS, then it will be customized. It's not only till Sunday. If there are students or more than 10 or above, then you can give us dates we want on these days, except Sundays, as we are having rolling batches on Sunday. So we are having customized training and cost effective price. There are various other courses like CPA and all, it costs more than 1 lakh, 2 lakh, which is our IFRS is lower than others. And our faculty, as you know, Ramon Bhavesh is having more than 62 years of experience. We are he is also Limca and Asia Pacific holder into webinars, that too in IFRS only. And then he carried out more than 100 implementation into 20 plus industries. And we are having students from more than 31 countries and 131 cities. And we have, sir have already delivered 2,800 plus lectures and have trained 6,000 plus students across all over the globe. It's they have trained all those things into industry sector, and he had his classes as well. So in those, next please. Then our course content is also updated. We have update our course content every Saturday, or every week we update our content. And we also teach updated standards like revenue, lease, financial instrument, Ind AS, IFRS, all those. Okay, and you will get to learn at least 3 minimum balance sheet with example in each standards for 10 plus industry and 7 stock exchange all over the globe. And you can ask sir any query anytime, and you will get free, like full year you can ask. Even in implementation, if you find any difficulty in your company as well, sir will guide you on that as well. Even though you have completed the course and you have query, sir will definitely help you in this. Is very helpful in that. Okay.
I see one person asking a question. Can the exam be attended outside India? Yes.
Yes, you can attend, because like there are you
Exam
can
is
give exam at
conducted in
nearest
more
center.
than 100 countries.
We have
100
trained
countries.
many MNCs, KPOs, banks, and Big Fours also. Even sir have trained mark organization like RBI, SBI, IBBI, Ecotimes, ICI, all in like all accounting institutes like ICI, ICMI, ICSI, CAG, LIC, BSE, also government organization, educational organizations and all. So these are the list of companies which are trained by Sir. L&T Infotech, BG Shirke Construction, Petronas, Eres Agro, Maco Seeds, and Enercon Windmill, D Decor, KEC, Vedanta, Ola Cap. You can see all these companies which are trained by Sir. Like CCIL Cable, Sky Industries, Nirmal Lifestyle, and I am sure there are many students who are in right now in this webinar. They will be from some companies, because these are so many, as you can see: GM Breweries, Cairns Industries, ABP TV, Nirmal Lifestyle. Yep.
Okay, I am answering two questions.
Okay, sir.
Can a CMA without a 2 years experience do diploma in IFRS? Now, the challenge is, Kaivalya Ratnaparkhi, is that the 2 years experience can be training also, trainee also, articleship also, is anything. So my understanding is, if you have become CMA, you must have finished, I think, 15 months training. Okay. If not, can you tell me if you have, I mean, when did you finish your CMA? Because most of the people, by the time they finish CMA, they have finished a 2 years experience. Okay. But otherwise, you can tell me what you did along with CMA.
Actually, I am a recently qualified CMA, and I have done 6 months articleship. At our time, it was 6 months. Now
I
it has
understand.
been changed
What
to
is your
15
age?
months.
What is your age?
I am at 24.
24. And in at what age you became BCom?
I became BCom in around 2018.
So last 4 years, were you doing only exam?
Yeah.
You are not doing anything else? Neither
No.
part-time nor full-time, nothing?
No, actually, I have started CMA after my BCom. So
no, which is fine. But you see, most of the people, they do CMA instead of CA because they want learn with earn.
Okay.
So are you saying that you were, what should I say, 24 hours, all 7 days, all 365 days? You were only on CMA?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because most of the people, they are able to get the they work with some chartered accountant and then they are able to deal with it.
Hmm.
So otherwise, yes, you will need 2 years experience certificate. Okay.
Okay.
Then the question by Pooja is, are the papers MCQ? No, they are case study types. One is consolidation, rest are case studies. It is not MCQ. And some part is theory, but they are also scenario based. Can you associate with sir after doing this course? You are from which city, Akshat?
Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Raipur. Yes, you can associate. Then ACCA course registration, we doing IFRS. I don't know. What is the question? Ayush, you will have to spell out the question again. Are you also providing placement after pass the course? Yes. Placement assistance. Placement assistance. Nobody can give you guaranteed placement, but all our students do get placed. Model question papers are available. You can go through the ACCA website itself. You will get last 10 years question papers. Class hours 10 to 5. Akshat Singh, class hours 10 to 5. Ayush Agarwal, your question is not understood.
Sir,
Yes.
I have one query, sir. If you could please answer.
Yeah, please answer. Ask.
Sir, whom to connect for the admission and all this things?
Dimple.
You can connect with me. My number is like I have shared in this PPT as well, and I'm again sharing in the chat box.
Chat box में लिखो ना.
हाँ लिख दिया. I have wrote.
This is Dimple's number. Written
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
chat box. All of you know.
Thank you.
And immediately send her a WhatsApp. She will send you the details also.
Sir, my one query is there.
Dimple, you stop
Yes.
screen sharing if you have
Okay,
finished the
sir.
slides.
Okay, there are companies and some banking and all. I have to show those only.
Okay, then wait. Let me answer the question. Yes, what is the question?
Sir, actually, sir, there are big four also in the country. They also provide IFRS courses. And sir, you are being senior and you have a huge experience in the field of IFRS, CA, CA, CMA. So how could you differentiate yourself from those big fours? Because big four, everybody thought big four means big four. Sir, means how? That is my question, sir.
I understood your question.
Why should we join your course? Means whereas the other platforms,
Very
whereas
correct question.
very other platforms are available, like of big fours and many other faculty and consultants, sir. So
Yeah.
that is my question, sir.
Yeah, sure. See, what happens is, Big Four means Big Four partner doesn't come to teach you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the person who comes to teach you is around 5 to 10 years experience.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So compared to that, my experience is always far higher. That is one
Yes,
part. Plus, I have personally handled around 100 implementations so far.
Yes, sir.
And then I have worked as the CFO of Mittal Group London and Foundation America. So experience wise, practical experience is a lot.
Yes,
And Dimple, can you open those slides which talk about why should you do our course?
Yes, sir.
There are 13 reasons, we always say. There are 13 reasons on which nobody can beat us.
So
See,
this
yes.
is the slide.
Yeah. See,
You can-
we do. This is my experience, as it is written. I have a Limca record. We had finished 100 implementations, 31 countries, students in 31 countries and 131 cities. So far, I have delivered 2,800 lectures on Ind AS, because every Saturday and Sunday I used to be in lectures. So every year 200 lectures. Then 6,000 students have been taught. Okay. Go to the next slide, Dimple. Yeah. Now we discuss the balance sheets. You ask any other trainers, they don't discuss any balance sheets.
Yes, sir.
In fact, most of them, what they do, they say, look, financial instrument, I am going to teach you for 4 hours. That's all. At the end of 4th hour, they will stop teaching. Okay. And you later on, the faculties are not approachable, they don't solve your queries. I bet with you on that. In fact, in many places, my student went for Big Four interviews and they got selected, whereas the people trained by their own classes, they didn't get selected. So whenever you go for the course, then you are bound to get. See, nobody teaches balance sheets. Nobody teaches the varieties of practical nature.
Yes, sir.
So those things definitely. Dimple, next slide. Okay. I have trained Reserve Bank, State Bank, IBBI. In fact, the list of banks is also quite high. We have trained State Bank of India. Then we have trained State Bank of Hyderabad, UK Bank, United Western Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of India, Allahabad Bank. Here is the list of banks we have trained. I have trained LIC, New India Assurance, GPP Bank, you name it.
Yeah, there are lists: RBI, SBI, ICICI Prudential, Bank of India, UCO Bank, Andhra Bank, Allahabad Bank, United Western Bank, State Bank of Hyderabad, LIC, New India Assurance, GPP Bank, Abhyudaya Bank, Central Bank, Lazard Bank, Saudi Arabia, all insurance companies from Nigeria, Dun and Bradstreet, Dubai, CCIL Clearing Corporation of India, NPC, National Payment Corporation, NIBM, NABARD. Here it is not mentioned, but sir have taught them as well.
And nobody will give you placement assistance.
Yes.
Whereas we send your CV to at least 15 companies.
Sir have also
in fact, we have placed the people in UK also. You can see the interview of Vidhi Desai. Then currently I am helping many Canada people to get a job. Dubai also people got the job because of me. Because in the industry, I have lots of known CFOs. So, and here are the CA firms, which the number of people whom I have trained and have joined Big Fours are more than 200-300.
Even sir is having LinkedIn connection more than 80,000. And also in FB, there is more than 40,000 connection. So all of them are CAs, founders, CEOs. So those will also help you to grab the opportunities.
We have a strong alumni group, So once you need this thing, the first thing I do is I send you the, what should I say? I send you your CV to the alumni itself.
And so also add you into alumni groups where our alumni are there, and then sir himself update your CV if any updation is required. If you give your CV and show to sir will help you and inform you how it should be upgraded, how it should be, how it will be accepted by companies, and he conducts your mock interviews as well. Like if you are outside Mumbai, then he'll conduct through Zoom, and if available, then he's having meetings in other state as well. So if you are available, he can meet you there as well. Otherwise, if you are in Mumbai, then he can meet you at his residence or any place as well and give you guidance on that.
Other thing is, I'm always approachable. You send me a WhatsApp, the query will be resolved on the spot, on the same working day. You try this with any other trainers.
Even sometimes
ask them,
reply at 5 p.m., 4 p.m.
Openly ask them, if I write a query to you at 10 a.m., by what time you will reply the query? In fact, many of the people don't reply your queries because they feel that falls under their consultancy area. But I am now 65, so I am not worried,
Pooja, will you provide books for IFRS course? Actually, our soft copies of material is already uploaded on our web portal. So once you purchase the course, you will automatically get the access of our study material as well, and which is enough for you to clear the exam, and also will help you in practically implementations and all.
And you can download that and keep with you.
Yeah, you can download that. I hope your query is clear, Pooja.
Let's see. There are some more chats. Let me see. Banking sector like SBI, I won't say so much sure, because banking sector currently is postponing IFRS. Then do you need to register in ACCA for IFRS exam? Yes, but we arrange that for all students together, so you get the discount of 6,000. If you try directly, you will be paying 3,000 plus, sorry, 9,000 plus 16,000. 9,000 plus 13,000. In our case, we will pay 13,000 plus 3,000 instead of 9,000.
So, do you have your center in
Share the
Nashik?
screen, Dimple's number. Dimple, your number again needs to be put. Sharda
Sir,
ji, did you get the number?
Sir, do you have your center in Nashik?
No, not yet.
Okay, thank you.
Your nearest is Pune and Mumbai.
Because
Currently,
I
they
am
have
from Nashik.
14 cities, there are centers.
Okay, Vishaka Bhagat, fees for your courses. So for only pre-recorded, it's 15,500 including GST. And for online live plus pre-recorded, it's 20,500 rupees including GST. You can avail GST credit as well if you are having GST registered.
One query: after doing this course and after passing the exam, actually we don't have any practical exposure. So how can we cope up with that?
That is the beauty of our course. For any interview you will go for, you will be able to talk practical things. When my students go for an interview, when the interviewer asks, "Okay, you are only a fresh in IFRS, done the course only, you don't know any practical exposure," my student tell them that I can tell you at least 3 to 5 balance sheet for each of the standard, because I have studied those balance sheet in the course done with Mr. Bhave. And every provision I can explain you practically which company uses what and where. After all, practical experience is what? Knowing how to make the balance sheet. I know why the Reliance balance sheet shows OCI, the changes in the fair value of investment. Why did they prefer that? I know why Madhya Pradesh Power Corporation has used regulatory deferral accounts. I know L&T Infotech, how do they account for turnkey projects. I know how the Hindustan Liver accounts for the revenue when the group discounts are given. I know how Blue Star gives the discount on sale of AC plus 5 years of AMC purchase together. How is the discount allocated in the revenue? I know if the switchgear is sold and installed by Crompton Graves, how the installation costs are split. You talk like this by the time you finish my lectures.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is very great, sir.
Yes, and sir have also trained the KPOs, like sir is giving lectures on to you on KPOs. He have trained Apex FS, JP Morgan, WNS, Datamatics, and also CA firms also he have trained GB Apte and Company, Sharp and Tanan, GBCA, Kulkarni and Joshi, RC Jain, Ford Road, BK Khare, BDO Kuwait, Crow Harvard, Kuwait, Concern Company, Dalal, Doctor and Company. Also, he have trained government sectors like SBI, IBBI, CAB, MPSEB, Chhattisgarh State Electricity Board. As sir have told you right now only, MSEB, NIA, CCI, SCM, HRD, BSc, and also he have taught in overseas as well. Like he have given corporate training lectures over there also, like USA, Texas, Qatar, Kuwait, Dubai, Oman, Nepal, Saudi Arabia. And now, and then he have trained professional institute as well, like ICAI, ICMI, ICSI, ICI, RBO, ICMI, RBO, ICSI, RBO. Actually, this institute, ICAI, ICMI, they are having their own registered values organizations as well. So he have trained those RBOs as well, like PBF, BPO, IOB, IIB, Nepal ASB. Then he have trained management institute also, NIM, NMIMS, SPJIMR, SC, MHRD, BIMTech, Indra Institute, Balaji Institute. You can check the list here, like Lala Lajpat Rai Institute, St. Francis Institute of Management, Somaya
Dimple,
Institute.
can you put out your slides?
Okay.
Can
you download the video which are available online?
Videos are not downloadable, but 1 year you can see as much as you want, and you can see them on mobile also.
Okay, you can screenshot this in case if you need any help or any regarding enrollment of IFRS course. You can contact me on this number, and email ID is also mentioned, and you can visit our website as well.
Dimple, can you stop sharing?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is one more latest I taught in ICA. Okay.
So that is not visible clearly.
That's not visible. Then let's show them Limca record. 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
You can see this. This is the Asia Pacific record for the biggest webinar. Is it visible?
Not clearly.
No, sir.
It is not clearly visible.
Okay, and this is Qatar. So I showed you Asia Pacific record certificate, and I am also showing you the Qatar lecture which I gave recently. So this is all details we wanted to share. I hope you found today's discussion useful. I want you people to get great jobs as well as great entrepreneurship by starting KPOs, because this is the most hot course. You go to naukri.com and check up. You will get the idea. 2/3, 66% of the jobs are in IFRS for finance and accounts people. Okay. And anybody wants to talk to, send me a WhatsApp also in terms of some knowledge query. I am writing my number also here. Okay. Right. So my number I have written in the chat box. Are you able to see my number?
No.
All right. Okay. Can we conclude the session if there is no query more?
Okay.
Right. So thank you, Dilip ji, and thank you everybody for having the.
Sir, one question is there.
Yes.
You wrote that the 20,500 is the fees.
Yes.
So that fees is for that is your course fees, correct?
Yes.
Apart from that, some 16,000 is the exam fees, including registration on ACCU side.
Right.
So
your
that is
total
mandatory,
budget
that
is
we have
around
to pay.
37,000.
Yeah, so that registration exam fees, that is mandatory irrespective of if we take the classes from you. So the 20,500 we have to pay you for the classes.
Correct.
Okay, that includes the GST of 18%. correct, Nathan?
20,500 includes GST
Of 18%.
of 18%. You can get a GST invoice for that.
And Dimple was saying that some 15,000. What was that? That piece is different.
See, I'll explain you. What happens is the fees are in pounds, so they depend upon the rate at that time. Okay, so approximately at today's pound rates, you will be spending 3,000 INR on registration and 13,000 on exam per attempt fee. So total 16,000. Okay, she was saying that as a 15,000, but that is based on the rates at a different date because those fees are to be paid in pounds. Okay, and these 13 plus 3,000 are actually 22,000 if you go individually. But since we send 100 forms, we get the discount of 6,000.
Okay. So, sir, how we are getting discount on ACCA by your name, like ACCA?
No, we send 100
website?
forms. There is nothing like that. If you send 100 students form, you will also get.
Okay.
So there is a volume discount for the people who send maximum forms. That's all.
Okay. That is the point.
Yeah. See, ACCA is very business-like. They are giving you large scale discount. That's all.
We get IFRS certificate from ACCA, na sir?
Yes, and since for course completion certificate, you get the certificate from me also, and it is written there that we have been licensed partner of IFRS Foundation. We are the only partners of IFRS Foundation. You can check with any other class whether they give a certificate which shows licensed partners of IFRS Foundation.
So apart from that, since we are paying from the India to ACCA, so that they are also charging any tax. Is there any tax amount also included in those 13,000?
Now, when you say tax, actually what happens is that are you looking for some input credit out of that? Not
Correct,
likely.
correct.
Not likely.
Sir, will there be any basic lectures conducted before going into IFRS core?
What we do is every Sunday my lecture is 10 to 5. But the first Sunday, whichever Sunday you start, 9 to 10, you will have an additional lecture in the beginning, which is sort of an introductory.
Okay, so sir, if we missed out any lecture of your online, so we will have the recorded class of the same, correct?
Yeah, that anyway you are getting.
No, that is okay. So those recorded class are pre-recorded like of previous batches or the same batches?
Every time we keep adding the new one and remove the old one.
You will get recording of live lectures as well. We update recordings every Tuesday. So of last Sunday also you will get recording.
Okay, so if I missed out any live class, then that
you will get recording.
Class I will get the recorded, not any pre-recorded say 6 months before or 1 year before, not like that.
No, you will get pre-recorded lectures also and
See, what
recording
we
of
do
your
now,
live lectures as
whenever my lecture is happening, we take it on Zoom. In the Zoom, it is recorded on cloud. On the cloud, then we download and do editing. Because, suppose I am sneezing, etc., that part we remove. And then it is uploaded on the portal. And from that portal, you can see. And whether you attended Sunday lecture or not, still you can see that. So it has nothing to do with your attending.
So like one class can be done of the recorded and then another class I can do live if possible for me. Like I can do, correct?
Yeah. You can do anything. See this, both the facilities are there. Okay. So online, live plus pre-recorded we are talking. And the big advantage of that is that many students ask many queries on the spot. So you can participate in the interactive discussion. That is one of the most important things.
In online.
Online live. Live online is different.
Yeah, in live classes.
And as it is, you have 1 year access, and in 1 year there are 52 Sundays. 52 divided by 14 is around 4. So each lecture is also conducted 4 times.
So there are 14 Sunday, and each Sunday will have 7 hours of class.
Yeah, 10 to 5. We
Yeah,
give
10 to
1
5
hour.
to 7 hours, no?
But 1 hour is lunch time and all that happens. So,
Okay, 6-hour classes is there for 14 Sunday.
and I am not very hard and fast. If some discussion extends, 16 may become 15 also. It has happened sometimes.
Okay. So, sir, I have another question. Like, what is the difference if we are going for a ACCA course? So that ACCA course and IFRS.
So 1 minute. ACCA has a paper called Diploma in IFRS. Okay, and that is one paper, 100 marks, 50 passing. Okay. Whereas full ACCA course has 13 papers. Okay, and I mean, if somebody is not doing CA, CMA, then he might as well think of doing ACCA. But most of the advantage for the person who wants to do IFRS as a career comes with diploma and IFRS completed. So by and large, if you are in 12th standard and you want to start, then you might start ACCA instead of CA.
Okay.
Otherwise, the moment you become graduate, okay, and 2 years articleship done, 2 years articleship completed, you become eligible. Articleship or trainee or job or anything for that matter. Sangam, please convey my thanks to Sharda Vyas madam and give her my number and Dimple's number. Yes, any other queries?
No.
Okay. So with your permission, let us conclude, please. Thank you. Bye, everybody. You have my number.